Hi friends, good evening. Welcome to our Wednesday on our webinar series. Today, we are going to discuss TCS Ninja repeat questions and test taking strategy. So I hope you are excited about TCS recruitment. So next 15 to 17 days is going to be the major part in your career. So major part in your college life. You are going to attend a major recruitment test in 15 to 18 days. So we have come up with a webinar, TCS Ninja repeat questions, and you can learn many taking strategy, and we will be discussing the repeated questions. Mostly in TCS, you will get many repeat questions. We have seen the previous year questions the year before that. So TCS, you will get many questions, many repeat questions in TCS. So in today's session, we are going to discuss the repeat questions and other some breaking news which will be very useful for you to crack TCS Ninja National Qualifier recruitment. So let's go to the session. So today we are having a breaking news related to TCS updated pattern. There are few changes and even you can participate in TCS digital hiring by taking TCS Ninja recruitment. So we have some breaking news for you, and then we'll move on to eligibility and registration process. So many of you have registered already, and in case if you are facing some issue with the registration, you can watch the registration process. I will give you the link to the register. You can use that and register. Then we'll move on to TCS National Qualifier Test Pattern. We will be discussing about the pattern in detail. So how to score maximum marks and what are the areas you have to concentrate in that particular session. And then we'll discuss the TCS Ninja repeat questions. So there are few questions that you can expect in the TCS Ninja. And then at the end, I'm going to tell about the TCS Ninja Mock National Qualifier Test, which we are going to conduct on 26th of this month. So today we have conducted a free mock test. More than 13 around 14,000 students have participated in the test. And this, in case if you have missed the TCS Ninja Mock National free test today, you can take the National Qualifier test on 26th. So I tell you the procedure to register for National Qualifier test. So let's start the session, and I hope you know. I hope you have taken the free mock test today. So around 14,000 students have attempted today TCS free mock test. So this is the largest mock test participation in the country. So once you complete the test, you have received the link to view the results. So those who have taken the test today can view the result from 8 p.m. That is from now onwards. Okay, so check your results now. After the webinar, you can check the results and compare what is the mistakes you have done. We have the detailed analysis in that. So how much time you have taken to complete a question and what are all the mistakes you have done. So check your TCS result after this webinar. You will get a clear idea about the questions and pattern. Okay, so as I said, the breaking news is this. First one, there is no command line argument based programs. So no need to worry about int argc or int argb in the TCS test. So this is the first one. So in this year onwards, you are going to take test in the interactive, like you can use scanf or printf or scanf plus. So you will get option to select your language like C, C++, Java, Perl, and Python to do the program. So there is no command line argument based programs from this year onwards. Then there is no email writing also. So no need to worry about what things I have to use in the email writing. So what is the mark I'm going to get in the email writing, what are the ethics you have to follow. So no need to worry about this command line arguments and email writing. We are not going to have this session in this 2019 recruitment pattern. So earlier the TCS was using touchstone platform to take the test. And today, from this year on, they are going to TCS own test platform. And the fourth point is very important for you. So earlier they have only MCQ test. You have to select the answers. But this year you have to type your answer. That is, you will get fill up the blank questions. So you have to type your answer in the blank, and that should be correct. So you should not use any extra space before the number or after the number. So there is a new part. That is a few type questions you will get in this your TCS recruitment part. And there is a two subsections that will come under quantitative aptitude and programming logic. So you will get the difficulty level, difficult questions in this advanced subsection and the standard questions in the standard subsection. Earlier, TCS have something like a star questions. So star mark questions, so you will get more mark for that particular question. But this year, you will get a standard and advanced subsection. So as per the TCS information, you have to score marks in all the sections, including the subsections. And the last one is very useful for you. So this TCS Ninja Recruitment National Qualifier Test will help you to go to TCS Digital Hiring also. So if you perform well in TCS Ninja, you can go to TCS Digital Hiring interview. So there are some few areas they will concentrate. If you perform particularly in that area, you can directly attend TCS Digital Hiring. So which is a higher package than the TCS Ninja. So these are the breaking news for you. So kindly share this information with your friends and plan your strategy for the upcoming weeks. Okay, so the next we'll move on to eligibility criteria. So those who have attended, those who have already registered, no need to worry about this eligibility criteria. But for the students who are yet to register, this will be the valuable information. So 2019 passed out students can apply for this, and the students from all the streams of BE, BTech, ME, and MTech can apply. So irrespective of their department, even the mechanical students or chemical students can apply for this. So there is no restriction in the specialization, but there are some restriction for MCA and MSc students. You should have some computer science background in your UG. So check the TCS website for the exact eligibility for MSc and MCA students. So for BE, BTech, ME, MTech, you can register in the TCS website. And the minimum aggregate should be 60% from your 10th onwards. You should have scored 60 and above from 10th, 12th diploma, or if you have not done diploma, it should be UG or PG. Okay. So, and you should not have more than one pending backlogs. So if you are having one, that is well and good. You can apply for the TCS and you are eligible. And you should not have more than 2 years gap in your academics. Okay, see, these are the eligibility criteria which is given in the TCS. So if you not meet this eligibility criteria, there may be chance for rejecting your application during the process. So check the eligibility criteria and apply. So the registration process, you have to go to tcsnextsteps.com, nextsteps.tcs.com/campus. They have given complete instruction. You can read the instruction apply. The last date for the registration is August 20. You have to register on or before August 20. Guys, don't wait till the August 20. So many students will be trying to apply on that day. So we suggest you to complete your registration process as soon as possible. So these are the some steps. The exam date will be on 2nd and 3rd September. So while registering, choose IT category. So, and one more thing, if you have registered for TCS digital hiring, or if you have registered already in TCS next steps, you can use the reference ID or the ID which is provided with TCS to log in. No need to register again. So only fresh candidates have to follow the steps which is given. But the registered students can directly register and apply for the TCS Ninja process. Okay, so this is the registration process, and then we'll move on to TCS Ninja National Qualifier Test pattern. So this year we are going to have 4 groups. First one is English, quantitative aptitude, programming concepts, and coding. So you'll be having two subsections in quantitative aptitude and programming concepts. They are standard and advanced sections. So there won't be any subsection in English or coding, but in quantitative aptitude you'll be having two subsections. So if you want to qualify to the next round, you have to score in each groups as well as in each subsection. Okay, so guys, don't miss the advanced sections in quantitative aptitude or programming concept. You have to answer the questions in advanced section also. So they will consider, they will shortlist based on the marks in each groups as well as subsections. Okay, so um, how do you attend TCS digital hiring through the TCS Ninja? So the answer is here. So these two, the performance of coding section. So how you are performing in the coding session is going to decide your TCS digital hiring process also. So if you did well in coding session and if you did well in advanced questions in quantitative aptitude and programming concept, you will be eligible and you can participate in TCS digital hiring also. So concentrate on these two sections very well and target TCS digital hiring too. Okay, so these are the two areas they are going to check for TCS digital hiring interview. So performance in coding section as well as performance in advanced questions in quantitative aptitude and programming concept, not the standard questions. So plan your time accordingly, spend more time on the advanced questions and try to answer this. Okay, so next we'll move on to the test pattern. So as I said, there are four groups. First one is English, quantitative aptitude, programming concepts, and coding. So the duration in minutes, we have enough time in each section, but in English we have only 10 minutes with 10 questions. So in quantitative aptitude, we'll be having 2 minutes. On average, we can use 2 minutes. Similarly, for programming questions, we have 2 minutes. For coding section, you will get one programming questions, and the group order will be as it is. So it will be first group, English will be first group, followed by quantitative aptitude, followed by programming concepts, and finally coding. So the group will be in this order. You have to answer as per the given order. You cannot navigate to other section during the examination. So you have to follow. And if you move to other group, you cannot come back to the previous group to answer. So spend all the time allotted to that particular group and check your answers. In case if you complete the first group in 8 minutes, the 2 minutes which you have saved in the first group will not carry forward to the other groups. So there won't be any carry forward of the time. So the 10 minutes should be used only for the English. The next 40 minutes should be used only for the quants. The last 20 minutes should be used for programming concept. Similarly for coding also. You cannot carry forward the time for the next sessions. So here comes some FIV question. So there won't be any FIV questions in the English part, but you will get fill up the blanks in these two sections. So there is no negative mark for fill up the blanks. There is a 0.03 negative mark for MCQ questions, and there won't be any negative mark for fill up the blanks. So you can answer the fill up the blanks with correct answer. So for example, if the answer is 23, instead of putting 23, you put 23 and then extra space. Then it will be considered as a wrong answer. So don't use any extra space before or after the fill up questions. This will mark your answer as a wrong even though it is correct. Okay. So next we'll move on to important topics which you can expect in the TCS test. So here are some important topics you can expect in the TCS recruitment test. The questions from these topics are repeating every year. So concentrate on these topics more to clear the recruitment test. So the topics are time, speed, distance, time and work, arithmetic progression, geometric progression, arrangement based questions. There are many questions from number system, HCF, LCM, and you can expect the at least one or two questions from this number system and HCF LCM based concepts. Similarly, you will get questions from probability permutation combinations, averages, ratios, mixtures and allocation. There may be chance for getting maximum questions in geometry and direction relations. So these are the some major topics you have to concentrate in the TCS. So try to understand the previous year TCS type questions. So there are many questions, but don't waste your time in practicing those questions. So concentrate only on the TCS type questions. So these are the areas you have to concentrate for TCS. Next, the important topics in the English group is, so this is the first one, closed text. So this is the new section. The English section is a new one for TCS, and you will get a closed text in the uh, English part in your campus recruitment. So I hope you know about the closed text. So let me explain you about the closed text. You will be they will give a paragraph. You have to they will give a paragraph with some blanks. So you have to select suitable words for that particular blanks. For example, they will give a passage with some five blanks. You have to select a suitable word for the first particular blank. Then for second blank, again you have to choose. For third blank, again you have to choose. Uh, we have added this type of questions in our mock test, which we conducted today. So if you want to get some clear idea about the closed test, how it works, you can take the mock test on August 26th to get complete detail about the English section. So apart from this closed test, it will be like a group questions. You will get 5 questions in there. So remaining 5 questions will be from these areas. So these are the some common areas for verbal verbal section, like synonyms, antonyms, one-word substitutes, analogies, jumbled sentence and paragraph, sentence correction, or it could be sentence completion, identification. So you may expect the remaining 5 questions from these topics. So the 5 questions from closed list, you have to concentrate on that particular part to clear the cutoff mark in English. So closed test is going to play a major role in English. Okay. So practice more closed test questions. That is, you have to fill the suitable words at the given blanks. So next, let's move on to the questions which repeats in TCS regularly. So we have some 10 questions which we are going to discuss today. We'll start with some quantitative aptitude questions, and we'll move on to a little bit difficult questions in the next slide. So let's start with the first question. This question was asked in TCS many times. We'll start this question. Okay. For a car, there are 5 tires, including one spare tire. All the tires are equally used. If total distance traveled by car is 4,000 kilometers, then what is the average distance traveled by each tire? So this is the question. So there may be chance for making some mistakes in that question. So if you are in a hurry and if you want to find the average, many students do this. Just divide this 4,000 by 5 and put 8,000 as an answer. Definitely you will have 8,000 in your option and you will be happy. Oh, I got the answer. And just you will mark as 8,000 and think that you have made a correct answer. But that is not correct. So make sure you are cross-checking your answer during while exam. So the options will be like what are the so for example, if you make some mistakes, some logical mistakes, and you may get some answer. That answer will be in the options and don't mark that answer. So make sure you are doing the correct process to answer the question. So let's discuss this question. So they said that yes, Karthik, your answer is correct. And let me explain. Okay. So the total distance traveled by the car is 40,000 kilometers, but they have used all the tires. It means that while traveling, we have used only 4 tires. We cannot use all the 5 tires while traveling. So we have used only 4 tires. So 4 into car traveled 40,000 kilometers. So each tire could have traveled at least 40,000 kilometers. Okay, so the total distance traveled by all the tires is the values 1,60,000. This is the value. But we have used 5 tires equally. So just divide this by. So answer is, as you said in the comment, so it's 32,000. So don't mark the answer as 8,000. Definitely 8,000 will be in your answer. So understand the total distance traveled by the car is 40,000 kilometers. So the total distance traveled by all the tires will be equal to 4 into 40,000. Since we are not using the spare tire to travel, so we have to multiply with the 4. But the average is the question they are asking. So divide it by 5 and the answer is 80,000. Yes, many of you have answered. So if you have answered 10,000, that's not correct. You have to follow the process here. So 32,000 is the correct answer. Thank you for your answers. So next, it's simple question. The sum of digits in the equation 16 power 100 into 125 power 135. So if you are good in some number system concepts, you can easily answer this question. Okay. So they have given 16 power 100 into 125 power 135. So this is the equation they have given, and we need to find sum of digits in the equation. Sum of digits in the sense we have to add up to the single digit. Okay, so by the traditional method, if you multiply 16 into 100 times 125 into 25 times, you will never get the answer. So don't multiply or don't do any power calculation. Just try to simplify this and get the answer quickly. So this 16 can be written as 2 power 4 or 4 square or anything, and I'm writing this the value there. And similarly 125 can be written as 5 cube and this 135. So I'm just multiplying this to 4 into 100. I'm making it as 2 power 400 into 5 power 3 into 135, which is equal to 405. So just simple modification, and let's see how to proceed. Okay, so 2 into 400, I'm just making this statement as 2 power 400 into 5 power 400 into 5 power 5. So this 405, and I can write it as 5 power 400 plus 5. So I'm simply writing as 5 power 400 into 5 power 5. Just small modification. So maybe you can write this 2 into 5 as 10 power 400 and 5 power 5. So if you multiply this 10 power 400, you will get 1 followed by some zeros into 5 power 5 is 3125. So if you multiply this 3125 with this value, that is 1 followed by zeros, you will get 3125 followed by zeros. So this will be your answer. So what is our question? Sum of digits in the equation. So the answer is 3125 followed by many zeros. So no need to consider the zeros. Let it be anything. So add these values 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5. It's going to be 11, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have to simplify till this last single digit. So the answer is not 7, it's going to be 2. Okay, so this power calculation and simplification you should be clear. Okay, so these are very simple questions. You can answer if you are good in basic number concepts. So concentrate on these type of questions. Don't use the old questions and prepare. So take some TCS questions which is available in our website. You can practice many questions and understand the concept to apply. So in all TCS questions, if you follow the basic multiplication and division, you will get you won't get answer in a quick time. So apply some shortcuts and get the answers. Okay. So next, 4 parallel lines are drawn parallel to one side of an equilateral triangle, such that it cuts other two sides at an equal intervals. So this is based on some geometry concept. Actually, if you read the questions, you'll get some idea, like the theorems which you have studied in your early stage, like interior angle, exterior angle, line cutting the two segments based on these terms. But there is a simple method to solve this question if you understand this question properly. Okay. So four parallel lines are drawn parallel to one side of an equilateral triangle. So let me draw an equilateral triangle first. Okay. So four parallel lines are drawn parallel to one side of an equilateral triangle. So I'm going to take this line, that is bottom line, as a reference, and I'm going to draw four parallel lines to this. This is first parallel line, and that line should cut other two sides at equal intervals. So this is the first parallel line I'm going to draw. So second parallel line I'm going to draw, third one, and the fourth one. So I have drawn four parallel lines here. Uh, then read the second part of the statement. The area of the largest segment is formed is 27 meters square. So this is the largest segment. The area of this segment is 27 meters square. Find the area of triangle. We need to find the area of total triangle, which means the other four segments. So you can calculate the interior angle, exterior angle, and take other trigonometric angles. But there is an alternate method to this. Let me explain. So draw another four lines parallel to the remaining two sides. That is, I'm going to draw a parallel line that is parallel to this side. So first parallel line I'm going to draw here. Second parallel line, third one, and fourth one. So this is the four parallel lines I have drawn parallel to this side. Again, I am going to draw another four parallel lines parallel to the another side. So as of now, we have drawn four parallel lines parallel to all the sides. So here we have 9 triangles. So count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 small triangles, but all the triangles are equal in size. So in the LA case, 7 triangles, 5 triangles, 3 and 1. So we have totally 25 small triangles. So we know the area of the largest segment, that is 27 meters square, and we have 9 triangles here. So 27 by 9, you will get 3 meter per meter square per small triangle. So what is the total? So 25 triangles we have, and we'll have 3 meters. So answer will be 75. So don't use the basic geometry concept. Just use this technique and get the answer. Okay. So divide this triangle into equal small triangles. So once you divide, then it's a matter of do some basic arithmetic calculations. So 25 triangles, each triangle have 3 meters square. So total answer will be 75 meters. Okay. So there is a next problem based on the speed, time, speed, and distance concept. Actually, these type of questions can be answered from the option. So I haven't displayed any option here, but if you look at the regular TCS type questions, you can easily find the answers through the option. So the options was given in the TCS questions are time 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, and 10:55. So these are the four options which was given in the TCS MCQ questions. If you see this option, you can answer in 2 to 3 seconds. Okay. Don't worry about how I'm going to answer this much big question. So it's a very simple question if you understand the concept. Okay. Let me explain you. So an old man and an young man are working together in an office, staying together in a nearby apartment. An old man takes 30 minutes and an 20 minutes, a young man takes 20 minutes to walk from apartment to office. If one day the old man started at 10 a.m., the young man at 10:05 a.m. from the apartment when they will meet. Okay, so old man and young man. So the old man takes 30 minutes. So for example, the old man starts at 10 o'clock. So he will reach the office at 10:30. Okay. So similarly, the young man starts. Sorry, he reached the office by 10:30. Okay. So next, when his young man started, he's starting at 10:05, not at 10. He's starting at 10:05. So he will take only 25 minutes to reach the office. So he will reach the office at 10:25. The old one starts at 10 a.m. He reaches the office at 10:30 p.m. So 10:30 a.m. Similarly, the young man reaches the office at 10:25 p.m. So 10:25 a.m. So definitely they will reach. They will meet from 10:05 to 10:25. So definitely they will meet at any time from 10:05 to 10:25 only. They are not going to meet before 10:05 and they are not going to meet after 10:25. This is the time they can meet. So look at the option. So there is only one option. It is 10:15 is given in this range. So there is no option like none of this. So you can easily mark this answer without considering the other answer. So it won't take more than some 30 seconds to analyze this. So if you go by the traditional time speed distance formula and calculate answer, it will take time. But few questions can be answered by the logical method. Okay, so let me explain you once again. So the old man starts at 10 o'clock and he reaches office at 10:30. But the young man starts at 10:05, he reaches at 10:25. So this is the only 20 minutes gap they can meet. So what is the time given in the option? Look at that and mark the answer. No need to do the calculation. Maybe if you want to do the calculation, you can try something like this. So what is the time taken to cross half of the distance by the old man? So old man need 15 minutes to cross half of the distance. Similarly, the young man needs 10 minutes to cross half of the distance because he covers in 20 minutes. So to cover half distance, he need only 10 minutes. So the old man starts at 10 o'clock. At 10:15, he would have reached half of the distance. Similarly, the young man started at 10:05. He need 10 minutes. So at 10:15, he will have reached the half. So they meet at the midpoint between their home and the apartment. So this is the answer. So you can approach this method to answer these type of questions. So next, let's move on to one more question. It's an interesting question. You can answer based on your basic geometry skills. Okay. A hollow pipe has circumference of 14 centimeters. So this is the first information they have given. Let me draw a hollow pipe so that you can easily imagine. So this is the pipe. So the hollow pipe has a circumference of 14 centimeters. The circumference of this pipe. So from this to this, the distance is 14 centimeters. A bug is on its wall. Bug means there is an insect or a fly. A bug is on its wall. Like it could be somewhere here. So in the pipe. So it might be at this place or here or whatever it is. So bug is on a wall at a distance of 78 centimeters from the top. So from this top. So 78 centimeters from the top. But diametrically, so okay, 70. A drop of honey is on the wall at 53 centimeters from the top, but diametrically opposite to the bug. Diametrically opposite means opposite side of the hollow. That is hollow pipe. So the bug is in the one side and the honey is at the other side. So it is diametrically opposite and the distance is at 53 centimeters. So this is the question they have given. Find the shortest distance bug has to travel to reach the honey. So here the bug, assume that bug is here. So it can move in this direction and then go up in the next side. Or this can go a little bit up and then take a circle. So there are some many possibilities. But our question is find the shortest distance bug has to travel to reach the height. So this is the question. So if you look this question as a hollow pipe or the circle or circumference, it will be difficult to answer. So now convert this hollow pipe into a square or a rectangle pipe. Then that will be easy. Let me explain. So what will happen if you cut the one side of the pipe? So you will get a square. So if you cut the pipe at one side and open it, you will get a square. So the square will be something like this. Okay. So they have given the circumference of the pipe. So here the circumference has changed as the side of the square. So they have given 14 centimeters as a circumference. Now the length of this square becomes 14 centimeter. That is, circumference become the length of one side. We are cutting the pipe and we are opening. Okay, so assume that we have cut the pipe exactly on the buck place. So the buck, if you are cutting the pipe at here, so this buck will be at the end of this square plate. Similarly, they have given the honey is at the diametrically opposite. It means that exactly opposite. The next, sorry, it means that exactly opposite. Opposite means it will be at the center point. Okay, so it won't be at the another edge because another edge is near to the bug, but they have given diametrically opposite means if you cut the hollow pipe into a square, it will be in the center point. So guys, try to imagine this. If you have imagined, then it will be very easy to solve this question with the basic Pythagoras theorem. But if you don't imagine, it will be going to be a little bit confusion. So imagine this. So I repeat again, there is a hollow pipe. We are cutting the hollow pipe, and the hollow pipe becomes a square plate, and we are proceeding the problem with the square plate. So at the one end, the bug is here. I am writing as B, and this is H. So what is the distance they have given from the top? The bug is on its wall at distance of 78 centimeter from the top, and honey is at 53 centimeter from the top. So this distance is 53 and this distance is 78. That is very simple. You can easily apply. So the total distance is 4 centimeter, and if you take half, it will be 7 centimeter. So what we need to find, the buck needs to travel this diagonal path. This is the shortest path. So this diagonal is the shortest path. So we need to find this distance. So how to find? Apply the Pythagoras theorem concept here. So we know this is 7 centimeter, and subtract the distance. Here they have given 78 is the total and the 53 is the distance. So you will get 25. So this is 25 centimeter and this will be 7 centimeter. So apply the Pythagoras theorem and find the answer. So if you simplify 7 square plus 25 square, you will get around 678 and you will get 25 points. Yes, your answer is correct, 25.9. Approximately it will be 26. If there is no answer like 25.9, you can round off to 26. So actually the answer given the TCS options were 26. So you can round off to nearest integer if the option is there. Okay. So if you take it as a hollow pipe and try to answer, it will come confused. So hollow pipe, make it as a squares. Okay. Try to answer. Okay, so next we'll move on to another interesting question. The rupee or coin changing machine at a bank has a flaw. It gives 10 rupees note if you put, it gives 10 rupees note if you put 100 rupee note. So there is nothing mistake in this. So if you put 100 rupee note, you will get 10 rupees note. The correct process. Then second statement. And if you put 10 rupee note, you will get 10 1 rupee coin. So this is again is a normal process. For 100 rupees, you are getting 10 rupees note. For 10 rupees, you are getting 10 1 rupee coin. Okay. So this is the two statements they have given. Now, but it gives 10 100 rupees note when you put 1 rupee coin. Something it is mismatching. So if you put only 1 rupee coin, you will get 10 100 rupees note. It means that you will get 1000 rupees. Did you get it? Did you got? So if you have 1 rupees, if you put, you will get 1000 rupees. This is the concept of this problem. But if you put the correct note, that is 100 and 10, you will get this. So actually this question, you need an option to be marked. So you cannot simply answer. There are many answers for this question, but you have to choose a suitable option. Okay. So many of you have answered correctly. Let me explain you the procedure also. So next statement. Shivaji, after being ruined by his rivals, business is left with 1 rupee coin and discovers the flaw in the machine by accident. So by using the machine repeatedly, which of the following amount is a valid amount that Shivaji can have when he gets tried and stops at some stage? Assume that Mason had an infinite supply of notes and coins. So here are the options. Let me explain you in the next slide. So we have some enough white space, and I will come back to this option. Here, the first two things are, if you put 100 rupees, you will get 10 rupees note. So there is no mistake in this. If you put 10 rupees note, you will get 10 1 rupee coin. So there is no mistake. There is no change in the amount. So for example, 100 rupees will remain as 100 rupees and 10 rupees will remain as a 10 rupees in these two processes. But if you put 1 rupee, it will become 1000 rupees. That is 10 into 100 rupees. It will become 1000 rupees. There is a change. There is a value change only in the third step. There is no value change in the previous two steps. But there is a value change in third step. So amount is changing in the third step. Now, okay, so let's start the process. Shivaji is going to put this 1 rupee coin in the machine, and once he put this 1 rupee coin, he will get obviously 1000 rupees. 1000 rupees in the sense he will get 100 rupees note. Again, he can put this 100 rupees note and make it as a 10 rupees note, and again he can make it as a 1 rupee coin. So obviously he will get 1000 rupees. I am writing everything in the rupees, so this is rupees. Okay, so if he put 1 rupee coin in the machine, he will get 1000 1 rupee coin by repeating the process again. Okay, so whenever he put 1 rupee coin, he can get 1000 1 rupee coin. That's it. So this is the trick available here. So remember this. Whenever he puts 1 rupee coin, he can get 1000 1 rupee coin by following the procedure using the these two correct process. So at the end of first cycle, he will have 1000 rupees in his bag. Okay. Now he is going to take 1 rupee from this 1000. So remaining 999 will be in his bag, and he is going to take the 1 rupee from the bag, and again he is going to do the process. So if you put 1 rupees, definitely he is going to get 1000 rupees. 1 rupee. So earlier he had 999 rupees, but he gets again 1000 rupees from the one coin which he used. So the total will be 199 after using the first coin. Okay, so now assume that he is going to take the second coin from this. So this will be one. This value will be reduced, so it will become 1998. So if he takes one coin from this, and he is going to get another 1000 from this. So what will be the total answer? So he gets 1000 from this, and this will be added to this. So total he will get 2998. So at the beginning he had 1000 rupees note, and then he had 199 rupees, and then again he had 2998 rupees. So if you look at this pattern, the last three digit plus the first digit will be equal to 1000. Okay. So last three digit plus first digit will first So guys, there are some technical issues, so it is resolved now. You can watch the live session. So I hope you have we have resumed the video session. Maybe you can watch it from this question number 18. Okay, so let's move on to a few questions which we can use it in the quants part. Sorry, programming logic. So first one is what will be the output for the following question? So many of you have can make mistake by printing giving the answer as equal. So we have discussed some around 7 questions in the quants, and we'll be moving to few questions in the reasoning, sorry, programming part. So this will be also considered near the sectional cutoff. Okay, so the actual answer is not equal for this question. The reason is okay. The quant question was not okay. So I will explain you the quant question once again. Maybe you can watch the recorded video to get the clear idea. So length into breadth into height. Just increase the length by 2 and decrease the breadth and height by half. So you will get half of the volume. That is L into B into H by 2. So the answer will be 50% decrease in its total volume. Okay. So the reason for not equal is by default, if you give this number as a diamond, that is 0.1, it will be stored as a double in the C compiler. So float 0.1 is not equal to double 0.1. That is the simple concept. So don't mark the answer as equal. So it is stored as a float, and by default this value will be a double value. So it will be not equal. So float 0.1 and double 0.1 is not equal. So there might be some precision at the end of this number. That is 1 will be 0.1 will be stored as 0.00009 or something 0.001. This is how it stores. So the float number and the double number is not equal. So make sure you are answering correct. Similarly, if you get some questions like single equal to, for example, if a equal to 5, it means that they are assigning the value to the a. They are not comparing the value. So make sure you are checking these small values in the questions. So what is the output of this equal? Here, actually it is a very simple question, but they will try to confuse you by giving all these values. So they have given x value, y value, z value, and there is an equation between the a equal to x plus x into y z plus, and then print of percentage the value of z. So guys, here no need to calculate all these logical operations and or undo this. So they have given z plus plus. The z value is 5. Whatever the statement is, definitely the z value is going to increment in the next step. So the value is 6. Don't calculate any AND operation or operation how it will work, whether it will be 0 or 1. Don't do all these confusions. Just it is going to increment. Whatever the step is, it will increment in the next step. But if the question is in the same step, it will be a little bit confusing. But they have given, they have asked you to find the value of z directly. Okay. So there is a difference between a plus. I hope you know about this a plus plus and plus plus, a pre-increment, post-increment concept which you have studied earlier. So the value of a is 5 in the both case. What will be the value at the end of these two steps? This value will be 6 at the end of this step. So then what is the difference between plus plus a and a plus plus? The difference will occur if you assign this value to some other variable. For example, b equal to a plus plus. Here b equal to plus plus a. So the value of a equal to 5, and here the value of a equal to 5 in this case. So what will be the value of a at this stage? Again it will be 6, and the value of a is again 6 here. The difference lies in the value of b. So here the value of b will be 5 because the 5 will be assigned to b, and then A value will get incremented. Here, the value of B will be 6. It will be incremented and then it assigns. So, the difference lies only if you assign it to some other variable. But if you use simply plus plus A or A plus B, it won't be any different. But there will be difference if you use it in this type of equations. So, it will be calculated based on this operator precedence. Okay, so as per these questions, they are trying to confuse you by giving this equation. So they have asked the z value and just print the z value. So next it is going to be another simple question in the programming logic. So I hope you know about the concept of structure and union. This is they have given the union and they have declared some variables int, double and character. They have given also the size of character 1, integer 4 and double. So the value will be, so I hope you know the concept of union is it will allot the memory space for the data type having maximum memory. So the maximum memory will be allotted for the double. So it will allot only 8 bytes. So the size of the utemp variable is 8. So it's a simple question, but you should not add the memory to it. Okay. So understand the difference between union and structure and answer this question. So we have discussed 10 questions, 7 from the quantitative aptitude and 3 from the programming logic. So for programming logic, you can concentrate more on the input-output based concepts to crack the test. Okay, so concentrate on minor things like for loops, while loop, do while, if, nested if, switch, functions, arrays, and string concepts. So these are some major areas you can expect the questions in programming logic part. So 10 questions, 5 questions you have to answer in the fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks, and the remaining 5 questions you have to choose the correct answer. Okay. So next, I'm going to tell about the TCS mock national qualifier test, which we are going to conduct on August 26th. Yes, coding can be done without command line arguments. I have explained in the previous slide. You can use C, C++, Java, Perl, and Python to answer the code. So you can choose any language and write your code. So it will be like test case based programming questions. So there is no command line argument question from this year. So only test case based. You have to understand the question and answer. So let's come back to our TCS Ninja Mock National Qualifier Test. So we are going to conduct on August 26th and the test will start by 10 a.m. You can get the result by 12 p.m. immediately. So what is the benefit of this National Qualifier Test? You will get the real-time experience of TCS National Qualifier Test. So if you're practicing many quantitative aptitude questions, logical reasoning, and other programming questions, you can use this platform to test your practicing level. We are going to conduct the test on August 26th. Immediately you will get the results within 2 hours and you can analyze your result and change your strategy of preparation if required. So you will be having some 4 to 5 days after the mock test, so you can change the strategy. So more than 40,000 students have taken test today and this is the sample trial for you. You can start preparing for the TCS National Qualifier Test by practicing these types of mock tests in our portal. So all the sections are sectioned time limit. So you cannot go to the next session. The same thing will be followed in our test platform also. You can also answer the fill in the blank question, which is a special feature of our platform. So if you make any mistakes in the fill in the blanks during your examination, it is going to play an important part in your selection process. So practice the fill in the blanks question in our portal. There is a new in the TCS platform and new to all the students. So we suggest you to register. The registration link is here, and we will also post the registration link in the comments. You can check those links and register as soon as possible to attend national qualifier test. So that's all from our side. So it's up to you for you up to you have to practice more questions, and there are few questions related to TCS coding questions. Whether coding questions be tough like TCS digital? No, but it is going to be a little bit difficult than the previous year TCS coding questions. So they are not going to ask a scenario based questions in like TCS digital, but you have to be good in array concepts for loop string concepts. So it's not going to be a very difficult questions. So since there is only 20 minutes time and you can answer, it will be answerable questions. It won't be like easy engineering questions. Coding where to practice coding problems. Okay. So we suggest you to practice coding questions only in the online platform. Don't practice coding questions in the standalone systems since they are not going to check your logic. So you can use any logic, but you should pass the test cases. So practice the coding test in any online platform. So we have the exact replication of TCS coding platform. So you can practice the program in online compiler. Okay, so thank you friends. So this video will be recorded and it will be uploaded in our YouTube channel for your reference. You can watch the video again in the Facebook also. Share this information with your friends and practice more questions, practice more TCS. The next 15 days is going to be the major part in your college life. So utilize this, plan the strategy effectively and crack the TCS. All the best. See you in next session. Thank you, friends.